People spend countless amounts of hours training their aim. Kovacs, deathmatches, bots in the range. People sit there for so much time making sure their crosshair movements are crispy and ready to go at any time. But what if I told you that you guys are wasting your time and that aim doesn't matter as much as you actually think? Well, for this video, King wanted me to hop onto an Ascendant 3 Smurf account and put this to the test. He told me to crank my sensitivity up so high that Soulja Boy wouldn't even know where I'm aiming. So despite with this handicap, I should do anything in my power to win this game. So today, you're going to see me whiff a lot. But does my lack of aim really going to cost me the game? Let's find out. Now, I know what you guys are thinking, and it's that you're going to see a lot of rounds like this one that I'm about to show you.
Spike planted.
Fades dink.
Fade left.
Last player standing.
87
One
fade.
enemy remaining.
Oh my god. Because my sensitivity is so high, I can't micro adjust as best I can, and I end up losing my team the round. But believe it or not, the whole game wasn't me just whiffing away. This game was actually extremely winnable, but this handicap obviously didn't help at all. First, let's talk about how much I bumped up my sens. I play at a 0.27 sensitivity with an 800 DPI. For this video, I decided let's shoot for the stars and go all the way up to 1.0. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I played with this for a few rounds and I started to feel nauseous. But if you look at the footage, it doesn't even look that bad. I'm able to trace corners fine, and it's just that my flicks are atrocious and required a lot of adjusting. After a bit though, I had to turn it down to 0.8. I was literally feeling dizzy while trying to calm, use utility, and just play the game. But the reason why I was able to control this sensitivity, despite being at so high, is because of my mouse control. When you play these aim trainers, you are more or less training the way that you control a mouse. So if you've put in a lot of hours like I have to train your aim, you'll probably be able to control your mouse like this, no matter what sens you change it to. But regardless, I wanted to puke after 5 minutes. One of the big things we want you to take away from this video though, is that anyone is capable of hitting these higher ranks regardless of their mechanical skill. Many of you watching likely feel your aim is holding you back, but in reality, all you need to do is switch up a couple of little things and you could be ascendant in no time. That's why our courses at SkillCapped are tailored directly towards helping you build the best foundation as a player to build your aim off of. Because while aim is important, it is quite literally nothing without a solid foundation. I mean, just ask all the plat players with higher grid shot scores than me. It speaks for itself. Be sure to check out SkillCapped, guys. I'll see you there. Now for this game, I decided to play a support agent where I not only get value out of my utility, but the agent where I should calm the most. I figured that Sova would be my best bet. I just drone or recon dart my teammates in, call out what I see, and just play to trade my teammates as best I can. We started off really strong on pissed around. Just listen to our comms and notice the value I was getting out of my kit. I'm waiting knife before I drone. Let's make some noise. Alright, I'll drone.
Take flight.
Nothing left or right. Right side. Tag. Nice. I got it. Alright, I'm planning right there. Could flank you. One double door.
One down.
Planted. Enemy mid. Revealing area.
Yeah, I got double lineup.
Alright.
One enemy remaining.
Oh my.
He had a deagle.
I don't want to play on this side.
Team
If my goal is to live, I'm trying to... Our teammates started to throw in the post plant by putting us in a 3v2, but I still had to play fundamentally well in order to win the round. My Phoenix starts fighting the Viper on his own, and even though my sensitivity is higher than a kite, I need to swing and help him fight. Had my Phoenix died here while I was just hiding, we would have been in a tough spot and potentially have lost the round. There were other rounds though where my utility was just useless. Either no one capitalized off my kit, or my team would just roll their way onto site. In this round, I calm I'm going to drone, but my teammates get to site without it. It's in our post plant where things get hairy. Again, people decided to toss, putting us in a 3v3. I try my best to isolate my fights, but still somehow end up landing the headshots. This again goes back to my mouse control. Despite still being at a 1.0 sens, I'm able to tame it and put my crosshair where it needs to be. So this makes me wonder that if I didn't have this type of mouse control, would my team still be winning these rounds? So then does aim actually matter? Who knows? Let's keep going. Now, something that a lot of players don't understand is the fact that some rounds just aren't winnable. No matter what your settings are, your crosshair, what you ate for breakfast, none of this matters some rounds. You're going to lose these regardless. You could have the read of the century, but you can't control your team, so it doesn't matter. Here, watch this round.
Take flight.
Excuse me. I think you're good. Oh, okay, well, there he is. I can TP it out, yeah.
Oh my god. I got lineup. Yeah, we literally went.
Yeah.
Well done.
I'm trying to flank Hall.
Over near the...
Face your fear!
Oh, yeah, try and buy me time, please.
No more.
Pushing Viper.
Last player standing.
Nice try. So my team gets the spike down, but I notice that we don't have any map control, and the enemy team hasn't flanked yet. I wanted to go for a rat play and flank the enemy team through halls. If I'm making a play like this, it's up to my teammates to live for as long as they can. But that didn't happen. By zooming in on the minimap, you'll actually see my Phoenix dying in a KO molly after he got fade ulted. I even tell them that they just need to live and spam the spike. When I pinch and kill someone in the back is when they should swing out and sandwich them with me. Or in the very next round, I can't help the fact that my Jet died mid to a fade somehow, and then my Phoenix swung an operator on his own. I got a kill on the Jet playing rail, then tried to take the enemy by surprise by swinging through the wall and just trying to make a play. All I can do is worry about my own game and make sure I'm doing the right decisions. Despite all this, my aim wasn't really holding me back. But the issue with this high sends is that the longer that I played on it, the more nauseous that I became. Now eventually, my aim did become more of an issue. It came to the point where my mouse control didn't matter, and the super fast sends was making me too dizzy to control my shots. I mean, I quadrupled my sends. This was supposed to happen in this experiment. Notice how in the round, my owl drone gets a jet kill, and the rest of her team is just running out aim in. I shoot my recon dart on the wall to try and tag them as they run out, then I could spray someone through the wall. This works, but I end up not being able to control my spray, and I die. But it's a 3 versus 1. Surely we don't lose this, right? Well, think again. Unfortunately, my teammates peek this guy one at a time and lose the round. But at the end of the day, I can't focus on that. If I was actually an ascendant level player, I'd have to focus on what I did wrong that round, and it was that I whiffed. It should have been a 4v1, and I had to be there to make sure that we didn't lose it. Rounds like this, and the pistol round I showed you in the beginning of the video, are momentum shifters and builders. I mean, it feels horrible to lose rounds like these, especially if you're playing with people who have terrible mentals. These rounds will lose you games. People start blaming each other, fighting, and before you know it, you lost your elo. Just listen to our Jets comms after this round.
Phoenix, why are you taking a 1v1?
No, it's always
My
at the-
quiver is never.
I mean, it's an advantageous fight. The guy's scanned and he's
Right here.
whatever, right? I mean, he just lost his 1v1.
And the chance of more being there is so high. No?
I mean, he lost to the one person who was there.
I'm just saying, it was just a bad peak.
And then round losses start piling up on top of each other, meaning we have 2 eco almost every other round, and then it's just hard to come back from there. But despite us being down big, this doesn't mean that you just give up. Comebacks happen all the time in Valorant, sports, or anything that involves competition. But you will never come back from being down if you're tilted and aren't actually focusing on your next moves. This game is the first 13, meaning that you need to forget the score at the top of your screen and focus on winning 1 round at a time. Like for example in this round, I follow my Phoenix ultimate in, get the trade, and my teammates clutch up. Every round from here on out is huge if we still want to win this game. But even though I think this way, that doesn't mean that my teammates do. In the last round of the game, we over-rotate without telling me, and I end up getting shot on my back. Here, watch this.
Deploying drone.
Jed, mid, tunnel! Yeah, tell him who you are.
Going ahead.
Let him know, King. Walked up A, by the way. Chamber. I don't know, we left A. I figured that since our Viper had ulted, that we would be okay on B. I didn't expect my Chamber to just leave that quickly. On Breeze, rotates don't work that way. If being pressured on one side, it's up to the defense to shift over in order to fill up the gaps. The tunnel player helps the Viper or anchor site, the halls player drops to next, and then me and Chamber play for information, kind of passively. But what do we do instead? We all ran to B without saying a word, and we lost. So maybe aim does matter after all. Some of the rounds that we lost were momentum shifters, and if I was able to control my crosshair on those pivotal rounds, we'd probably end up winning this game. Just like if I were actually playing on my main account. I need to take responsibility for my poor play, learn from it, and then go fix my aim. But this was all just one of many in-depth guides that we have on our website though. Also, if you want a chance at having your VOD reviewed, be sure to subscribe on our website at SkillCapped.com. We also have tons of Radiant Smurf commentaries where we have Radiant players walk you through exactly how to have the most impact possible in a bunch of different situations. It's also backed by Rank Improvement Guarantee, and the reason to do that is because you're just that confident that our service works. And if it doesn't work, then why would you pay? So what are you waiting for? You got nothing to lose. Head on over to SkillCapped.com and get started in your way to the rank that you deserve. So hopefully you guys now have a better understanding as to whether or not aim actually matters in this game. It does, but that doesn't mean that it should be the sole thing that you focus on. From this game, you should be able to see that my teammates had the aim, but not the brain. I had the brain, but not the aim. You need both if you want to rank up. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel down below. It really does help us out. And that's all for us. I'm Teets, and we here at SkillCapped want to thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.